Today's daily has been clean and clear and juicy. We have been appreciating high-level play way too much lately. Let's get back to our two-step roots. Set them up for defeat, defeat them. Boom! That's what this daily is all about. In part 1, we looked at a simple economic setup. It was a little bit extreme, massive probe prono boosting into 5-gate aggression. In the next part, we saw Protoss vs. Zerg that was an aggression setup into a follow-up gateway attack because he had only anti-air. Ooh. And in this part, we're not even going to go to 2 bases, are we? We're going to go to 3 bases. We're going to go to 1 bases. We got Liquid Hero here. We got Elfi TaeJa. You know, I think this part 3 might be a little shorter, so I'm going to watch one more game after this of Elfi dying to TaeJa to see what happens in that game. So, here is Elfi in the most notoriously disruptive matchup known to man. The Protoss vs. Protoss matchup. It actually had stability for a while, but the Oracle is so damn fast now that it's kind of become the centerpiece of the whole matchup. Because, you know, there used to be this once upon a time speed differential where the Phoenix was super fast, 4.25, and the Oracle was at 3.25. But now the Oracle is almost as fast as a Phoenix. So you can juke Phoenixes pretty reasonably when compared to before. And Phoenixes really feel like the only excellent way to deal with the Oracle. But people really don't like Phoenixes in a lot of other circumstances. So, what do you do? Alright, here's what Elfi's gonna do. Elfi is literally going to go Stargate Oracle into Dark Templar. I kid you not. The Oracle is focused on keeping the opponent held back, withdrawn, defensively minded. So when the Dark Templar shows up, they are unexpected and win. That's the 1-2 punch we're going for. Kind of extreme, but, you know, whatever, I like it. Come on. A Zealot being produced by Elfi with a quick cancel. An instant Stargate. Look at this. Look at this unbelievable amount of excitement we're already getting with a Stargate first. Why would you go such a swift Stargate? Because the Oracle is such a good unit. The Zealot was started. A simple little scout out and about says, doesn't look like there's anything. Elfi's made a ball, so he's going to go ahead and cancel it out. But what are you doing? What do you seek, a pylon? Okay, why are we going Mothership Core Zealot? Because we don't have enough gas to get a Stalker. And we kind of need anything. So we're going to get the Zealot. We want to save gas for the Oracle. Here comes the Oracle out. Now, this might seem absolutely fucking insane, okay? I'm happy to use my one F word on this Tuesday on this Oracle. This might seem insanely bold, risky, terrifying, bad. This might just seem bad, but wait. Let us look at timings. Hero went for a very normal opening. 1 Stalker with a Mothership Core into a fast double Stalker. Note that neither of the double Stalkers are even done yet. They're actually going to finish at around the same time going to finish at just around the same time as our Oracle. Look at the path that Elfi's even going to take. Straight through the damn middle. Straight through it. Now, Elfi doesn't have any gas, because he rushed for the Stargate, he got the Oracle, and now he's even hiding a Twilight Council down at this bottom side. Kick ass, right? Okay, well, the two gateways make sense. Elfi will he just needs some defense. He needs to have a stay alive button. He must have the stay alive button. Here he comes, he's going Oracle, baby. Now, let us divine some possibilities. Our opponent either built a whole bunch of warp gate units to attack us with, in which case they're going to be warping in back home. So great, the Oracle is going to keep our opponent locked back home. Or our opponent went for a Robotech, in which case he's definitely going to be warping in back home. Just building stalkers, playing defensively, nothing out of the ordinary. Or he's going to be going Stargate, in which case he'll build Phoenixes. In almost all the circumstances, our opponent really isn't getting a whole lot of scouting or aggression done on us. This is a move to force him to build defense against the Oracle. And look at this. Even with the Stargate out, it's Phoenix production for hero. Now, any reasonable player is not ever going to build just one Phoenix. They're going to go, oh, well, if I start building Phoenix, I may as well keep building Phoenixes, because I want to rule the skies. This is cute by Hero throwing down the time warp. So we see Elfi build the Dark Shrine here, which is kind of derpy derp. But why the fourth gate? Well, if our opponent did decide to go for something like Fast Robo 2-gate, well, he's definitely going to need, or he's definitely not going to be good against a Zealot Archon mix. That's really it. Dark Templar will win if he doesn't have detection, and all the rest of the time we're trying to win with a Zealot Archon shove. Stalker is always important for breaking ramps and shoving our opponent back. Isn't this awesome? Ooh, Phoenix is getting produced. Ooh. Do-do-do-do-do-do. But don't you hate my guts? I'm showing DT rushes and analyzing them. I don't know what rhymes there other than butts. Okay, here comes.
Defense systems failing.
A little bit technical. A lot of weird gas cutting, a lot of weird scout timing going on to try to stay alive. The mega, ultra, giga, super duper 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 fast Oracle does do some pretty nice work, not just in shoving back the enemy, but in being a defensive tool. If he tried to push out with like a Zealot and a Stalker, we can chase a Stalker down and kill it. You know, because we have a little bit extra time, I'm curious what happened in the other short game in this list. It wasn't a Dark Templar rush per se. It was exactly what we talked about. It was that 1-2 punch. The Oracle screws the enemy up, shoots him down a non-detection path, and then we kill him with the follow-up rush. So here's what I'm curious about. What went on in this game? This is Elfi versus TaeJa. I'm just curious, because this is also a short game. It's kind of like a short fail, I think. This is before they removed these bases entirely. Oh, it's a nice proxy Stargate. Let's see if we can apply these same principles. What is a proxy Oracle going to do? It appears the answer is not a thing.
Oracle Oracle perceiving.
Well, that didn't work so well.
Dimensional strings attuned.
Oh, yeah. Here's this play in action. We go for an Oracle to mess with him briefly. We try to make him focused on the backside of his base defense as much as possible, and then we do an all-in on the front. This is again another of the simplest styles ever. I mean, Elfi is controlling these oracles just as bad as possible, which happens. It's no big deal. But again, it's the 1-2 punch. A single oracle to aggress. A single oracle to put TaeJa on the back foot, to make TaeJa spend money back here in the back before receiving pressure at the front. See, look, oh, look at all those Marines that are at the back and not at the front, where they might need to be soon.
The enemy has discovered us.
This is such an easy all-in to execute, and it all was in a 1-2 punch. Waits for the Void Rays to start recharging, and then theoretically he should eat the Terran for lunch. Point is, the point that we've seen executed so many times today in so many different ways, is you don't just do this push. You don't just mass Void Ray, stalker him at the front. You have to be doing a setup beforehand, and the setup for this is an Oracle at the back. Sometimes it won't work, and that's okay. Let's take questions. What a simple, clean show. If anyone has any relevant questions, I'm ready to be asked them. Utori Kyo says Day9, wouldn't certain builds not work on certain maps? In part 1 it was a 4-player map. In part 2 Elfi metagamed TLO by making it look like he was going for a third. In part 3 Polo Knight is a 2-player map that works well with Oracle. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic point. Fuck yeah! Yes! Mr. Utori. That's exactly right. Because I don't want you to ever think, well, I'm just going to do this blindly. You get to make your plan. You get to say, my plan, my sort of finisher plan on this map, I think is going to be a big gateway push because, you know, it's a very open front. This would be on a map like Belshir Vestige. I want to go for a big gateway pressure to a Terran player because he can't really defend his front very much. Okay, what would be the setup to that big gateway shove? And then there would be the gateway shove. And there it is. Yeah, so I mean, you can do all sorts of other things, like here's another very common all-in on maps where there is a short distance between your main and his main. You open Phoenix to clear all the overlords out of the way and to make him get anti-air, and then you go Warp Prism with a bunch of gateways. You block his ramp and kill his main. Where are these replays from? These are from the Acer Team Story Cup match between Liquid and Empire. You can get them at acer.taketv.net. Sensei Creep says, Day9, what if the Terran player goes for Reaper? Seems like Nexus first would be a huge gamble. Let's see if I can show this as fast as humanly possible. Alright. This is where the problem-solving aspects come in StarCraft. The question was, wouldn't going Nexus first leave you completely open and vulnerable to something like a Reaper first. This is what timings are all about. Here's a barracks, a Reaper opening from TaeJa. When does the Reaper pop out? Let's just take a look at the time. It pops out at 3:30. When does it arrive at the base? 4:18. Let's round it down to 4:05. Do. Let's go back to our whirlwind game. Let's have the sound crash on us. Okay, let's look at the timing for TaeJa. We would be worried about a Reaper arriving in our base at around 4:10, 4:05. Maybe 4:20 if he's more slow. So the Reaper would be finished right around now. We see a Zealot coming out. So a Reaper would be arriving right around now. Well, we might have to micro some probes. We might lose a probe or two. But we're going to have a Zealot out that he'll have to chase. And then we'll just chrono boost out our Stalker. And we'll probably be in okay shape. Our Mothership Core pops out at 5:03. So that's only 45 seconds with the Reaper in there. That's kind of a lot of time in StarCraft, but given how little damage a Reaper does, and the fact that it'll be generally focusing on the Zealot, yeah. Did the stream really crash? Well, nice. I don't know. That's my answer to that. Let's go ahead and take one more question. I think the stream is crashing for some people, and it's whenever I close a replay. So stupid. Why would that cause it to crash? This is a great question from Oxygen OP. Why does every Oracle build only feature one Oracle? The reasoning is that it's kind of like the idea of diminishing returns. It's like, if I build one Oracle, I can kill off a lot of workers in the back of his base because I get there so fast. But Oracles die so easily that if he has one turret up, 2 Oracles isn't going to be able to run over that turret. The 2 Oracles will do about as much damage as 1 Oracle over time. Like if you play maybe 10 games with Oracles, you'll see this happen. There are some ways to make more than 1 Oracle work nicely, like building 1 Oracle, and then he builds enough defense to hold that off, which will hold off 2, 3, maybe even 4 Oracles. But you get like 7 Oracles, like what MC did at the Red Bull Battlegrounds. That can work because Oracles are like good with 1, terrible with like 2, 3, or 4, and then amazing once you get to like 8. So there's sort of this like this weird U-shaped curve. Even though I sort of rambled and all that, the simple statement is 2 Oracles are going to be able to get defended by the same stuff that will hold off 1 Oracle. It's kind of the reason that you don't send Dark Templar in 2 at a time, you send him in 1 at a time. Because if he has a turret, he's going to just rip down both DTs, and you've lost twice as much stuff. Oops, I accidentally tried to move a window and I banned Snake Eyes. Unban Snake Eyes, yeah. There we go. Whoopsie daisies. We'll take one more question. Yeah. Oh, we're going to take one more. Crazy Chris 576 says, is it possible to do one of these quick wins with Robotech? Trying to think if there's any good ones with it. I'm trying to think of a Protoss Robo first build where you use the Robo to mess him up in a way that something else exploits it. No. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow for the Hearthstone Daily #2, your favorite weekly Hearthstone show.